Hello, Merlins and Sirlins. I'm the F-Bomb, here in NicBroInc. Welcome back to a long-awaited car vlog. I used to do these much more often. First one for Virginia, that's cool. So, what I wanted to discuss quickly was the coronavirus and how that's impacting public schools. Because it's on the news. You know, if you've lived under a rock and you don't know what the coronavirus is, here's the real explanation, okay? Because I did some science. I looked up the real scientific explanation to figure out what was going on so I can explain it to my students. Because, you know, there's a lot of misinformation. You can't believe Fox or CNN or some of these places. PBS is pretty good. Even PBS screwed some stuff up with one of the videos I watched them put out. Many people are saying it's from bats from China. I very much doubt it's from bats from China, because the one time I heard that come over the news, it was fueled by a bunch of racist BS. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to listen to this. What a type of coronavirus is a mixture between a zoological virus and a human virus, or a human cold. And what's a zoological virus? That's any kind of virus that an animal could get. That's why it's called a zoological virus. I mean, it's very uncommon. Normally, viruses don't mutate from animal to human. Bird flu a couple years ago, that was a coronavirus. So somewhere, I think they were pretty sure it's Wuhan, China. Someone was sick, and it came in contact with some bush meat, or some meat that was taken from the wilds and used as food. And that's the important part, because usually, like, if it's processed, you're talking about like cows or chickens or pork, something really regulated where we don't serve that food sick. When it comes from the jungle, there's no regulations like that. That's actually how HIV started in humans. That's a whole nother thing. If you want to know more about HIV, I'll make a separate video. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, yes, in Wuhan, China, there was some meat from an animal that was sick and had a zoological virus in it. And then someone came to contact, ate it, sneezed on the meat, someone was sick, and they came into contact with this meat. Checking if I'm still recording. And when that happens, in a rare freak of nature, the two viruses came in contact. They mutated into what is now the coronavirus of 2019. It is not the coronavirus, it's a type of coronavirus. Like, this stuff happens. Not often, but this happens. So, and the reason why it's sweeping across the country and across the world is it's brand new. And that's really the main reason. It's brand new. It was just created this year. And not on purpose. It was an accident. This stuff happens. And it was just, no one's body systems are really, like, up to par for this thing, because it's brand new. It's really affecting the elderly who are already sick. And I mean sick, I mean like they have like health problems. Not like, oh, I have a sniffle, or I have a little cold, and then I get the coronavirus and I get sick. No, we're talking about like people who are ill and go to the hospital often, elderly people who are ill, like really ill, and then they get the coronavirus and it's really screwing up their system. What's freaking a lot of people out about the coronavirus, it has a 5 to 12 day incubation period. And what that means is, if you get it from someone, you won't know or start showing symptoms until you've had it for 5 days, or until you've had it for 12 days. Most things are 3 days. So this is a huge thing. And from what I've been told from other people, so I could be wrong or correct, is that this virus lives outside the body for 5 whole days. So if I have the coronavirus and I sneeze all over my car steering wheel right now, it'll stay alive on my steering wheel for 5 whole days. That's insane. So people are in an uproar. Certain news stations aren't saying the right thing. Some are. As far as I know, it's less likely to harm children, because usually their immune systems are good. You know, when you're younger, your immune system is good. When you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, it's pretty good. Once you get to those very older ages, that's when you start to get more and more health problems, because that's just natural. And those are the people that this is really painful for. That and just anyone who's regularly has a weakened immune system already. So you can be a child with a weakened immune system, and it'll mess you up. What this looks like for schools right now in Virginia, our country, our state was just put into a state of emergency earlier. You know, it was funny. We had Maryland went into a state of emergency, and they closed all public schools. Then we had West Virginia that did it. DC had done it, I think, at the same time. Maryland did it. So it's like everything on top of Virginia did it. Ohio did it too. And then now today, like a couple hours ago, Virginia did it. We have spring break coming out. Right now it's March 13th. I'll try to put this up tonight. Right now it's March 13th. And tomorrow's Pi Day. We have spring break April 3rd into April 13th. What our school district has decided, unnamed school district, but a bunch of the school districts around mine have also decided to take off for 2 weeks, and then as more information came over, they're like, you know what, just take off the week before spring break too. So I have next week, the week after that, the third week, and then we have spring break. These kids there's going to be 4 weeks of no school. We have moved on to distance learning, and that's going to be, we already packed, I gave 3 whole giant textbooks to my students. We're like, take these home, we have a feeling we're going to be using them. Thank goodness that we had that foresight. Because now on Monday, I don't have to come to work and plan. I could work at home, or I could work at school to plan for my students. Anyway, distance learning, a lot of colleges are doing it now. It's you do work at home, and you do assignments at home, and then you submit them online, or you conference via your teacher somehow, phone, the computer. That's how it's going to look like for like the next 3 weeks for my students, a lot of students, and probably the whole country soon. After spring break, we were supposed to have just about 2 weeks of school, and then my kids get their state tests. So as a teacher, now the next question is, how are we supposed to have a month off practically, and then have 2 weeks, and then go, all right, it's state test time. You have 3 state tests to take. 2 are in April, 1's in May. So the May one could happen, but the 2 in April, it's like, yeah, you get 2 weeks to like go over things and do the whole unit that was supposed to be done in the next 2 months. Who knows if we are still going to have those state tests. It's a very interesting time for a teacher. I don't know what the other states are like. I just came from New York, so I can't wait to Facebook message some of my coworkers from last year and be like, what's going on with you guys with this whole virus outbreak? Yeah, it's really interesting. Part of it's surprising. I just never, you know, I've taught in the classroom before, but I've never been the teacher in the classroom before. I'm a first-year teacher, and this is my first year of teaching, and my kids have 3 whole weeks off. And like, I love time off, but at the same time, I want to be in the classroom working with kids because I know this is going to mess up all the kids. We have kids that only speaks that need the. I don't, but we have kids in the school that are not going to have any exposure to English for 3 whole weeks, and that's going to screw up their whole education because they need that. They're going to go home and not speak it for 3 weeks. Luckily for me, all my kids are really motivated, so I think the majority of my kids will do stuff, but we have kids that are just not going to do anything. This is interesting, really interesting. I think that's all I have to say. If you guys have enjoyed this, we'll see if we ever do another car vlog again. Stay out of crowded places, but like, go out and hike. Go out and enjoy yourself. There's no reason to stay inside and locked up like it's the end of the world. Unless the CDC, the Center of Disease Control, says you got to stay inside. Like, there's no reason that you can't go out to the park and like just like have fun and enjoy yourself. Going out in a crowded place like the concert I went to a couple weeks ago, that's not a good idea anymore. Thank goodness I got to do that before all this stuff got ruined. But hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm here, NicBroInc, and yeah, thanks for watching.
A friend is a friend to the end of the end, that's forever and a day. Stay by your side.